The brother has asked a question about what is bid'ah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bid'ah is something like what is an opposite to sunnah. For an example, now many people understand that if you try to explain them to stick with to what is the original teaching of the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba, so stick to that and not to create something a new method of doing of ibadah. For an example, if you read Surah Al-Ma'idah verse number 3, where Allah said, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam dinan. So Allah has mentioned in this ayah, which was being called as the last verse of the Holy Quran, which was being revealed to the Prophet ﷺ when he was in Arafah, and Allah has instructed the Prophet ﷺ to tell everyone, like, today I have completed your deen and I have chosen Islam for you. So what we have to do is we just have to practice on that. And how do we practice that? We have to make sure we fulfill our requirements, our obligations towards Allah, and to complete our sunnah towards the Prophet ﷺ, and not to create or not to invent something which is not was being done by the Prophet ﷺ and which was not being done by the Sahaba. So we have to stick to the original teachings of the Prophet ﷺ. For an example, there must be a new methodology of doing a adhkar, like in a gathering or making a circles, or the special way of doing a tasawwuf, or celebrating the Milad. And there's a much more bid'at has been invented when and also there's a many glad tidings on the day of judgment. And the Prophet ﷺ has mentioned that when all the Muslims and his ummah will be gathered at the Kawthar river, and everybody will be drinking of water, and some of the people from the ummah will be removed by the angels by the order of Allah. And the Prophet ﷺ will ask them, Ya Allah, why the angels are being removing the Muslims? They are also my part of the ummah. The angels will reply them on the and Allah will ask the angels to reply, they are being removed because the teachings that you have left for the ummah to practice on, later you have no idea, or you don't know what they have come up with, the new inventions and the new innovations in the deen which did not existed, and which was not being practiced by the Prophet ﷺ. And we do not find anything in his life, and we do not find in the life of the Sahabas or the four great scholars, and we do not find anything. So that is the bid'ah. Even if you look at the Tabain or the Tabain, all the major great scholars like Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik, Imam Shafi, Imam Ibn Hamad, may peace be and blessing of Allah be upon all of them, even we do not find any parts of the bid'ah was being invented in that time. So many things was being invented in much very later on, by the centuries later, started in North Asia and the Asia, and there are several countries was like many innovations was being started which has nothing to do with the deen. So what we have to do is, like, whatever the Prophet ﷺ has left for us has like enough, like thousands of hadith where we can understand the life of the Prophet ﷺ and try to adopt that into our life. And also for more examples, we can look into the lives of the Sahaba, and from all these examples we are able to stick to what is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and what is the lifestyle of the Sahaba, and not to invent something what our scholars teachers and what a buzurg or the awliya or anybody teaches. So rather we get our own knowledge and we stick to the main fundamentals of Islam.